Hi, in this video we're going to take a look at another artifact called the multi-step functions. Multi-step functions are useful when you want to encapsulate a sequence of map functions into a reusable component, or if you just want to clean up your integration and you have a series of map functions and you can combine it into one. So let's create a new map step function that will take two numbers and calculate one is the percentage of the other. So 5 and 10 would be 50%, and we'll apply 2 decimal points of precision. So let's call this percent, and this is our multi-step function, and we have inputs and outputs. So let's define our input. I'm going to pass in 2 numbers, A, and I will divide A by B, and the result will be C, a number C, with 2 decimal points of precision. So the first thing we do is we're going to look for a divide. So I've got a DivideFloat, and you can see here my first multi-step function, and if I expand that, I'll take A and divide it by B, and the first thing you notice is you don't see the lines. It would actually get too cluttered with all the lines. So for multi-step functions, you don't see the joining lines, but you can hover over and you can see that's input A and that's input B. So first we divide A by B, and then for percent we need to multiply by 100. So let's do MultiplyFloats. And for MultiplyFloats, I drag my output will be the first number, and the second one, I'll right click and set value, and we want to multiply by 100. At this point, we're almost done. The problem is I want to restrict this to 2 decimal points of precision. So let's click the plus button to bring up our map function, and let's do precision, and I see decimal precision. Swirl over to the right, expand that. So I'll take my output of the previous step or map function, and then I will right click, set value on precision, and this is 2. And at this point I'll have my output. Scroll over. At this point I take my output, drag it over there, and I click save. So the multi-step function, I can test it right here. Let's put 2 numbers, 5 and 10. That was example I mentioned at the beginning, and we expect the answer to be 50%. Let's try it one more time, but this time let's do 11. And I expect a result with 2 decimal points of precision. And there you have it, 45.45. So now that we're done creating our multi-step function, let's use it in an integration. HelloMultiStepFunction. As we've done before, let's put in a scheduler, 60 seconds. And let's instantiate the multi-step function we just created. So we'll add a map component, and what we do here, let's expand this. When I go into the functions, now I can see my percent multi-step function. I can also create new multi-step functions here, but let me grab the percent, and you see it's got 2 inputs and an output, and let's just set this, set value to 5, set value to 11, and let's say the result, let's store it in a number here, result, and I'll drag that over. And at this point I'm done, and let's test this. And there you have it. So in this video we learned what a multi-step function is. We created a multi-step function and tested it, and then we used it in an integration. Thank you.